Don't believe that because you're dating a man and everything seems to be going okay, that there's nothing happening beneath the surface. Just like you, he's looking out for certain things, to see whether or not you measure up. So today I'm going to share with you 10 ways a man will test a woman he's dating. Hi ladies, it's your girl Anna. Welcome back to my channel. If it's your first time here, thanks for tuning in. Today I'm going to share with you 10 ways a man will test you when you're dating, okay? And the testing here doesn't mean he's going to move things into a relationship. It could simply mean that he's just using it as a filtering tool to weed out persons from the early stages of dating. Kind of the way you do it with other men. So look out for these 10 things. And especially if it's a guy you're interested in, you don't want to be falling down in these areas. Okay, ladies? You're not going to be fake about it. But at the same time, you need to ensure that you're measuring up to the right things. So if you're aware of what he might be looking for, you're better able to navigate the dating process with that person and increase your chances of landing in a relationship with someone that you're truly interested in. Now, if these are men who you're not really feeling and all of that, and they're coming with all these tests, go ahead and fail them because you're not interested, right? And that you keep it moving. So be on the lookout for these 10 ways a man will test you. This one is pretty common, but women fall for it all the time, and it's a jealousy game. A man will deliberately do things to make you jealous just to see your reaction, right? He's testing to see, are you going to act like a crazy person and flip out all the time and argue with him? Are you going to act passive and insecure and act like you don't have any self-esteem when he's making you jealous? Or are you going to call him out on it? And your response should be tied to how long you know the person. If this is someone you just met, you don't want to be acting up when he's trying to make you jealous. You're just going to make that fall off you like water on a duck's back, okay? You're not going to act up for things for somebody you don't even know like that, okay? If you've been dating this person for a while and he's repeatedly doing things to make you jealous, you can simply call him out on it, okay? Why are you doing this, XYZ and all of that? You're not going to act like you don't care, but at the same time, you need to call him out on that action, because if he's repeatedly doing it, and to him, if he's testing you with jealousy and the jealousy card is not working and he continues to do that, he might be doing it for other reasons. It could be that he wants out and doesn't know how to tell you, so be on the lookout for that test, And if you're a person where you're in between feelings, you're not really sure where things are with this person, you're not sure if you're going to go forward with him, and he's playing the jealousy card, it's okay to have a nonchalant attitude towards it, because you're really not sure where you stand with this person anyway. You don't want him to be playing a jealousy card and you're getting all heated over somebody that you don't really see a future with anyway. So you need to be mindful. You need to gauge how long you've been talking to this person to say, okay then, yes, I can see plainly that he's playing the jealousy card, but manage yourself, manage your own emotions. You have to be mindful to say, okay then, this is not going to affect me the way he thinks it's going to affect me. And if it's affecting you in a certain way, it's okay to call him out on it, right? So don't just settle to say, okay then, he's testing me with a jealousy card. I've read that play, I see the card, I know what he's doing, and that's that. You still have to put a stop to it. You don't have to put up with all these tests that men will put you through, but if it's somebody that you're interested in, it's good to be aware of what can happen, what he's looking for, and some of the ways he will test you, okay? It's good to let him think you're naive to the test so you can gauge to see what he will do next and how he responds to your own reactions. You may have heard me say this before, that you don't want to be dating men that are going to be asking you for money, but that is one way a man will test you. It's not that he wants the money or needs it or anything, but he's going to ask you for money just to see how you react. He's trying to see if you're a kind person and all of that. But listen, ladies, you need to navigate this test carefully, right? You don't want to be giving him your money to prove to him that, okay, I'm a kind person. That's not how you handle it. First, you want to find out, what do you want this money for? Why do you feel comfortable asking me for money? Okay? You need to boomerang that question on somebody that's testing you when they're asking you for money. He needs to understand that you're not the kind of woman he can just step to when it comes on to finances. He can't just ask you for money out of the blue. If you're in a dating situation with somebody, you're not in a relationship, and they're asking you for money, whether he means it or not, be careful in how you respond to that one. He needs to get from your reaction that you are not the type of woman to be messed with when it comes on to money. He can't just step to you and ask you for money, and to prove that you're kind, you're going to just give him your money. So when he asks you, get to the bottom of it. Peel away the layers. Keep asking him more questions about it. Why do you need my money? What's going on here? What do you need money for? If this is somebody you just met and he's testing you by asking you for money, you can just go ahead and fail that test, because who does that anyway? If you just met the person, why would you be shelling out your money? No, if this is someone you've been dating for a while, he has not defined a relationship or anything, and he's asking you for money, again, the answer is still no. If you are not in a defined relationship with anybody, as long as the word dating is being used, you should not be giving them any money, okay, ladies? So go ahead and fail that money test. Make him feel uncomfortable for asking you that kind of question. So you're going to say, okay, what is it? Why would you think it's okay to ask me for money? Why are you so comfortable doing that? Is there no one else you could have asked for money? Why does it have to be me? What is it? And you just keep asking all these different questions and just badgering him basically, because you need to get to the bottom of it. This can't be a way a man tests you to see if you're a kind person. So this is a test it's okay to fail, especially if you just met this person and he's using that card or that tactic to find out if you're kind or not. Whatever it is too early. So go ahead and fail that test, okay? So the money question is one way that a man will try and test you, you know? Can I borrow some money from you? And he come with all the stories and all of that. You don't want to be shelling out your money because you want to pass a test. Another way a man will test you, and this one will hurt a little, especially if you've been dating him for a while, is that he will start to ghost you. You haven't done anything wrong, all of a sudden he just falls off the map. You're wondering what's going on. Have I done something? And all of that. Don't stress yourself out. It could be just a test, you know. He's ghosting you for a while to see how you're going to react. Are you going to act crazy? You're going to flip off on him when you do get to see him or talk to him? He's just monitoring to see how you handle such a situation, right? Now you might ask, how will I know when the test is over? Well, it should not last that long if it's a test, right? He might check out for a day or two days, maybe even check out for a week, just to see how you're going to react and everything. Well, the ghosting thing depends on how long it lasts, right? If he's going beyond a week with this kind of test, you know that if he does circle back around, you can always say, oh, you know what? I'm not interested, and you can move on from that person, because no one is going to run a prank like that so long. Okay, ladies? But the ghosting is a way he will test you. He will breeze you out for a day or 2 or 3, maybe even 4 days. He'll just breeze you out to see how you respond. He's testing to see if you're going to reach out to him. Does she care about me? Is she missing me and all of that? That's what he's looking for, you know, to see if you care. No, if you really care and you've been dating for a while, it's okay to reach out and check in. Is everything okay? And he might just continue with the prank where he's just ignoring you for a series of days and everything, despite you reaching out, just to see how you handle that. But if you check in for like a day or 2 and you're not getting any responses, just stop. No communication, zero communication. Allow him to come back. He's looking to see if you're going to be angry in your messages, or you're calling, leaving crazy voicemails and all of that. So don't fail this kind of test, ladies. Another way a man will test you is lie about his life, and he can be vicious about this. You know, you just met him and everything, you're getting to know him, he might be well off and all of that, and he doesn't want you to want him for what he has. So he might play down on how things really are in his life just to see how you are, you know. So you need to be on the lookout for these things. But there are other leading questions you can ask, and check out my other video. Of course, I'll leave the link in the description, or I might leave it somewhere up here. But at the same time, you want to monitor to say, okay, then he's telling me this about his life, it's not adding up, but there could be other reasons why he's doing that. And over time, when he gets comfortable with you, he will tell you more, and he'll be more truthful about his life, you know. If he's wealthy and all of that, he might want to hide a few things from you, so that's his way of testing you. But give it a little time. Once he gets more comfortable with you, he'll be telling you more about himself. He'll be more honest about certain things. He might even call himself out on a few things to say, hey, you know, that thing I said the other day, it's not really the truth, but I wasn't really sure what kind of person you are, so I withheld that information. And that's understandable. But if he's gonna lie about his life and there's no end to it, and you're finding out every other day, you're finding out something new that does not add up about what he told you, that's someone you can walk away from. But this is a way a man will test you, you know, just to see if you're an honest person, or if you're just looking to be with him for money. Are you a gold digger? You know, men who are well off tend to do that. Well, I can't just say that anyway, because, you know, on the other hand, you have those that are not well off that will lie about certain things as well. You know, they're posers. You know, they might drive their friend's car and all of that when they go on these dates with you, just to position themselves to look like what they're not. So you have to be on the lookout for where he's lying about his life. But if he's doing that and it's a test, over time he will reveal the truth. Okay, you need to be attentive in the conversations you have with these men, because that is a good way to decipher whether or not someone is being truthful, whether it's a game or not, or a test or not. Over time, the more you communicate with that person, the more things are revealed about that person. So don't just take everything at face value. But that is one way he will test you. He will lie about his life. He will downplay certain things or play up certain things just to show you who he is and all of that, just to get his way with you. So be on the lookout for that. And if a man is using this as a way to test you, it could mean that he's looking for a serious relationship. He has no time for games, but he doesn't want to be used in the process. He doesn't want a woman to be with him for the wrong reason. No, another test that a man will do is that he'll pretend that he wants out. You know, you've been dating for a while, and he'll come to you and he'll be like, you know, this is not working. I don't see this working out. Let's just call it quits and all of that. Now, ladies, be careful of how you handle this situation. If you're emotionally invested and everything, you don't want to be acting up and acting crazy and all of that. Just remain composed, agree with him. Okay, this is not working, and you stop communicating, or you allow everything to die down. Don't start chasing him, which is what he's looking for. He's testing to see, okay, if she cares about me, she's gonna come at me, she's gonna ask, why can't this work, and try and fix things. You're not in a relationship, remember, you're dating. So if he's already pretending to want to be out and all of that, allow him to run that game that he's playing. But he needs to be the one to come around and tell you that that's not the truth, right? You don't want to know because you hear that you're gonna overextend yourself and chase him and just to keep him around. That's not who you are. You don't want to be that kind of person. Play along with the game. Out means you're not communicating with him, you're not reaching out, none of that. You allow him to come back and tell you that it's a game. Okay? And he shouldn't take too long to do that either. He should really be running back to you like in a matter of minutes to say, hey, this is not real and all of that. But he's just doing it to see your reaction. But don't start chasing a man if he tells you he wants out. Okay, ladies? Now, this one can be tied to him pretending that he wants out, and it's where a man will start acting moody. You know, everything was okay before and all of that, and then he starts acting up, giving you an attitude as well, you know, just to irritate you and all of that, to piss you off and see how you're going to respond. Now, ladies, that could be a test. Him acting moody is just for him to shift the dynamic of how things are in your communication. If things are going well, he wants to see how you react in moments of conflict or friction, right? So you don't want to be failing a test like that. So if he's acting moody, if this is someone you care about, you're going to, of course, ask questions. You're going to try and find out what's wrong. That's what he's looking for, you know, the care factor, to say, okay, she's interested, she's concerned about me, she wants to know what's up with me and all of that. So when he's acting moody, do not reciprocate the action. So if he's acting angry, don't get angry as well, because you did nothing wrong. You don't need to be acting up. It's all a test to see how you handle your emotions, how you gauge conflict, right? If you're going to start arguing because he's acting moody, that's telling him that you're not the right person for him, because nobody wants to be with somebody who's just an aggressor. Yes, it's annoying to watch, you know, he's acting up and all of that, and you're not really sure what the trigger point is, but still remain calm in your composure. Do not allow him to get under your skin like that, because it could just be a test to see if you're the kind of person that can handle conflict. Okay, so that's another way that he will test you. This one is very obvious when it happens. You know, a man, if he's dating you for a while, the very obvious test will be that he'll carry around his friends. You know, he'll do a friend's day out, but the thing is, he might make it a surprise friend's day out. He might not tell you beforehand that, hey, I want you to come hang out. He might say, okay, we're going out, and when you head out, when you get to the location, you see all his friends there and everything chilling out. This is his way of testing you and allowing his friends to assess whether or not you are a right match for him, you know. So it's normally a surprise. He doesn't give you time to plan for it and anything. He's not telling you, hey, next week we're gonna go link up with the friends and all of that. He's not doing any of that. What he's doing is taking you out, and then when you get to the location, you see all these other people there, and you know, he's introducing you to these people. They're asking all these questions. That's him testing you in the moment. That's him trying to catch you off guard to see whether or not, you know, you measure up in the eyes of his friends and all of that. But it's also a good sign, because if he's bringing you out to meet people, it means that he might be interested in you. Well, not always. It could also be a case where you're some booty call for him, and he's just showing you off to his friends to say, hey, look at her, she's hot and sexy and all of that, when he really doesn't see a future with you. So don't believe that because you're meeting the friends means that it's going to go to another level. he could have other intentions for doing that. But either way, it's just a test. He really wants to see what his friends think about you, so he will bring you around other people and they'll be asking all these different questions, and some of these questions might be coming from him. He might be having them ask questions he wants to ask you, but he doesn't want to make you uncomfortable, so he doesn't ask you. He allows his friends to ask you these questions. So that's a very obvious test that men will do, bringing you around his friends and all of that to see how you respond. Okay, ladies? Now, the bringing around friends is one thing, but another way a man will test you is to bring you around children. Can you believe that? A man will carry around children, and if he has children, don't believe that he's going to bring you around his own kids right then and there. He's going to bring you around children of his friends or family, some niece, some nephew, some kind of thing. He's not going to necessarily bring you around his own children, but it's a way for him to test how you are with children. Men will do this a lot, especially when they're looking for a serious relationship. They want to see, how you measure up in treating other people. How are you with children, young children as well? So he'll bring you around children just to see how you are. So look out for that test, ladies. Now, when you're going through that test, you're not gonna go up all overboard. You're buying all these gifts, you're doing all these things just to show that you measure up. Be your authentic self. Engage with them naturally as an adult would with a child. You understand? You're not gonna be hugging them and kissing them. Don't be kissing anybody's children, especially when you just met them. Keep a healthy distance between you and them. Communicate as you normally would. Be your authentic self. Don't overdo yourself on things. Don't be you're not the clown bringing all the gifts to the party, okay? So if he tells you beforehand he's going to be hanging out with his niece and his nephew, maybe, that's okay to say, okay, I can bring a little token for them. But don't make it a norm where you're always bringing gifts, and don't go breaking the bank to buy these kids anything, okay? Just to prove yourself. Okay, I know he's going to be watching how I am with them, so let me overextend myself. Let me do what I normally wouldn't do just to prove myself. You want to be authentic in all your communication, in all your engagements. You want to be authentic, right, ladies? So meeting the kids is a way he will test you. Be yourself. Be how you naturally would be around children. Do not do things you can't keep up on. Don't pretend to be what you're not, and then over time he might choose you for something like that, and then when you check it out later, you can't measure up. It's just too much of a burden for you. Just be yourself. If you're not somebody that fancies children, don't be doing the most and then giving him the wrong impression that you're a person that loves children. And if you're a person that loves children, of course you're going to show that out in your natural actions, okay? In your natural behavior towards these children, it will come out that you care for children. So it's something he's looking for, okay? He could also run this test even if he doesn't have children. He just wants to know how you are, because in future he might want children and he wants to see, can this woman be a mother to my kids? Men like to have a glimpse into what the future will be like. But be authentic. Do not be what you're not. Now, if he does this and he's testing you like this and you don't want children, it's also a nice time to have that kind of conversation. Your niece and your nephew, they're nice and everything, or he might say he might be telling you he has children and you don't want any children. It's a good time to communicate that to him, okay? So you can always segue the conversation into the fact that you don't really see yourself having children, and if it's a deal breaker for him, at that point, that is where you'll break things off. Ladies, this one is kind of devious, but men will try you on this, right? And this is where they'll get the bros to chase you to see how you handle that, right? So he's dating you, he's not really sure how things are with you, what kind of woman you are, so he'll set his friends on you to see if you're going to take to them. So be on the lookout for that. And the thing is, when that's happening, he might use people that you don't know, or people that he hasn't introduced you to, so you're not really sure who these people are. So while you're dating, you need to communicate to the men you're dating how you go about dating people, right? So if someone just off the bat just comes out of the woodwork and is initiating contact with you, that should be a red flag that this could be somebody connected to him that he's using to communicate and reach out to you, right? So be on the lookout for that, and always remember your dating etiquette. You have to remember how you are when you're dating men. So if you follow the true principles of dating, you shouldn't fall into any traps, right? So you're dating him, he might try and set you up with other people just to see how you react and how you deal with all of those things. But if you're dating the right way, you should easily pass that kind of test, okay, ladies? So be on the lookout. Don't put it past him that he won't try it, okay? No, this one can be cute, or it might come across as annoying. It all depends on where you are in the dating stage with this person and what your level of interest is with that person. He might might start painting all these different scenarios. He's coming up with scenario after scenario. What would you be like if we were living here? What would things be like if we had children? What would it be like if he's just painting all these different pictures just to see how you respond. So that's actually a test, right? He doesn't know what the future holds, but he thinks by asking you these questions, just as you ask questions as well to gauge whether or not this will make sense for you in the future. He's doing the same, but he's painting scenarios and he's gauging how you respond to each scenario. And sometimes the scenarios are not so cut and dry, but you can plainly tell that, hey, I know what he's coming with and all of that. Can come across as subtle. He might say a few things, you're not really sure what it's connected to, but he's just gauging your response. So if you find a man painting all these different scenarios and just doing it over and over and over and over all the time, it could be a sign that he's testing you and he's scoring you on the different ways that you respond. Okay, ladies, so those are some of the ways men will try and test you when they're dating you and all of that. And the test can mean that he wants a serious relationship. It could mean that he does really want something serious with you, and it's his way of just finding out quickly how to cut you off. Because remember, it's a filtering process for them just as it is for you. So be on the lookout for these things. And I know it can be challenging, like, okay, I'm dating, I have to go through all these different tests. It's all part of the process, ladies, so just bear through with that, okay? But be on the lookout. The more aware you are of things that men will try and do, as they date you, the better you're able to navigate that dating process and make decisions that are right for you and everything. So ladies, don't be too hung up on all these tests and everything. You're gonna pass some, you're gonna fail some, because you're being yourself. So if you're dating somebody and it turns out that you fail all his tests and everything, it just means that that's not the right person for you. Don't be too hard on yourself about it, okay? So I know it can be stressful, you feel like, okay, why do I have to go through all of this if I'm dating? But it's all part of the process. The best way to get through it is to just be yourself, okay, ladies? You're either gonna pass the test or you're gonna fail these tests, and it's okay. Just be yourself at all times, okay, ladies? So thanks for tuning in. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed already, right? Be sure to click the like button and drop some comments below. Let's share with everybody, so we let the cat out the bag on all these tests that men will run. And I think I might do a part 2 to this video as well, because there's so many other ways that men will test you, okay, ladies? So thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you next time.